Hi everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Days Podcast along with a new video. I want to thank you guys so much for liking, subscribing, viewing, watching, and listening. I truly appreciate it. We will be doing exclusives on Patreon and Spotify, so please bear with me. I want to continue to just give you guys as much free content as possible, as I usually do. Today we are going to talk about Kaleidoscope Dream by Miguel. I had took a moment to kind of talk about this album because I wanted to talk about it where I could be able to kind of reflect, if you will, because when this album came out, I literally started college, and I gotta say, it was something where, you kind of see, at the time it was iTunes was really pushing a lot of deluxe editions and things like that, but it was just something that at that time just kind of get into school and just have all these artists just come out. Rihanna was coming out that year of 2012. Just so many things was coming through in the midst of 2012, 2013. And yeah, I was 18 at the time. And let's get into it. So Kaleidoscope Dream is the second studio album by American R&B singer-songwriter Miguel. It was released on September 25th, 2012 by Black Ice Records, by Storm Entertainment, and RCA Records after the commercial breakthrough of his debut album, All I Want Is You, 2010. Miguel pursued a greater creative role on Kaleidoscope Dream as its principal writer and producer. He recorded most of the album at Platinum Sound Studios in New York City and MJP Studios in Los Angeles, working alongside producer musicians Oak Felder, Jerry Duplessis, and Salam Remy, among others. With the album, Miguel wanted to explore the roots of R&B beyond the genre's contemporary trends and began playing guitar as a compositional source for his songs. With his studio personnel, he incorporated dense bass lines, buzzing synthesizers, and hazy reverbed sounds into a musical style that draws on pop, funk, rock, soul, electronic, and psychedelic genres. Miguel he titled Kaleidoscope Dream as both a metaphor for life and the creative freedom possible in dreams, while wanting to reflect his lifestyle and personality in the songs, which deal mostly with sex, romance, and just ideas on just based on existence. I can't say this word. Existential. I guess that's how you say it. I don't. Anyway, in marketing Kaleidoscope Dream, Miguel previewed the songs virally through a series of free EPs. The album was promoted further with 3 singles, including his biggest hit yet, Adorn, and his touring in North America and Europe from 2012 to 2013. Kaleidoscope Dream debuted at number 3 on the Billboard 200 with first week sales of 71,000 copies, eventually selling 535,000 copies total by 2015. So it went gold by 2015, okay? One of 2012's most critically successful releases, it was viewed by reviewers as an innovative and appealing R&B album, receiving praise for Miguel's singing and songwriting. So yeah, this album, well, first and foremost, Adorn, which was the first single released August 7th, 2012, Do You like drugs? Yeah, that song was released pretty much a week before the album dropped. So released September 18th, 2012. And then How Many Drinks was released March 3rd, 2013. So yeah, the single run was not too bad. Let's see here. Yeah, Miguel sought to rebrand himself artistically with the second album, and rightfully so. There's nothing wrong with a rebrand. Absolutely, But, the thing is with moving forward and doing so, you want to make sure you still captivate and give people an understanding of still who you are from within a new era and a new place in your life. um it's very important. I am a moving testament, or however you want to say it. I am proof, because I am pretty much almost at 200 episodes. You can already go all the way back and see, like, all right, well, you know what, he's been really putting us, into different, atmospheres of different things that he can be able to tell us and show us and learn with us. And yeah, it's very important. But as far as, there was a lot of different themes that was often compared to Prince. There was synthesizers, thick bass lines, reverb, a lot of things that, it was mostly considered alternative R&B, because, there was a lot of different sounds that, kind of click in. And, they even was going down to the point of it being like, it still was soulful, if anything. Yeah, let's see here. But yeah, he released two more. He released EPs. There was three of them, and it was between February to April 2012, which had songs that were from the album. And it's something because, of course they were free, but it's like, it makes sense. Why not make sure people can hear something new that they would be able to say to themselves, will this be, on the album? Rappers have done it with their mixtapes. It's not too far-fetched when it comes to, when they have anniversaries, when all of a sudden it's like, well, wait a minute, this is the opposite. You're giving us the demos and all these other songs, and later, well, we could have got some of this, just to kind of see if we like it, but to each his own. It was met with widespread critical acclaim. At Metacritic, which assigns a normalized rating out of 100 to reviews from professional publications, the album received an average score of 86 based on 20 reviews. Yeah, somebody gave it an 8 out of 10 based on assessment of the critical consensus. Consensus, that's what it is. Critical consensus. Yep, there we go. Yeah, I'm seeing A- over here, 8.4, 9 out of 10, 3 out of 4. Okay, like, listen, this was not a bad, this was a good album. Just want to make sure y'all with me. But yeah, this was a good album, and I enjoyed it. At the time when I was going to college. Like I said, I wasn't one of those fortunate people that had a license yet. So, at times my college had a shuttle. So I would take, a cute 20 to 25 minute ride to my college, to get to school. Because there was different campuses, of course, but listening to this album, among others, which we will get into too, because I know Usher had came out with his album at this time. Let me actually look and see about that real quick. Not that we getting out of the way of Miguel, but I want to see, because I know my albums, okay? Well, not even my albums, but I know when yes, Looking for Myself. So this album, Looking for Myself, with Usher, yes, because Climax, yeah, and Let Me See, and oh yeah. So we will talk about this album too, but I just want to let you know that Kaleidoscope Dream and Looking for Myself, and among other albums, and ironically, they're both from RCA. Okay, so it's just like, people was giving out the music. But yes, we will talk about Looking for Myself in our own episode for it, like we do all episodes. Everyone gets their own episode distinctively. We don't just jump into somebody else. Okay. But yes, there were a couple albums that were, even Chris Brown's Fortune, I was listening to that too. You know, there was a lot going on in 2012 as far as with music that it was to the point that, yes, Beyonce, we love the fact that you gave us a deluxe to 4, but where's the next album? You know, that's where it was with music. It was like, wait a minute. Everybody else is releasing, what's going on? You know, and you see where it be now, about the tour and everything again. Okay. But yes, let's go into the track list. So track 1 is Adorn. Track 2, Don't Look Back. Track 3, Use Me. So wait a minute. Track 4, Do You. So by track 4, I'm already enjoying the album. And I love the fact that the themes go from Adorn, where it's just like he is, of course, professing love. And he wrote that whole song himself, okay? Yes. And then Don't Look Back, which is where it's just like, all right, well, you know what? If I'm so much of a monster, leave. Go away. And never return. Bringing in some Lion King. Well, Run Away is where is the, you guys get it. But yes, 3, Use Me. That's more in depth about, you know, being intimate. And then Do You, which is more of a do you enjoy just being entertained, you know, doing great things, fun things, being lit in a lit situation, okay? But yeah, Kaleidoscope Dream, track 5 is, I mean, I would like to say it's euphoric in a way, where it's just, yeah. And the Thrill, track 6, same deal. They're both a bit euphoric to me, especially when I would listen to them and I'm you know, driving or just, you know, doing things as far as just like traveling and things like that. These songs kind of stood out to me, where it's like, you know, you can hear the synthesizer, you can hear like the sounds kind of reaching for heights that you wouldn't think they would reach. And that's what a lot of music, and we will, like I said, get more into them. But I love already, by the time you get to track 6, I'm already in love. If anything, this album, I didn't really have any skips for me. Yeah, track 7 is How Many Drinks, one of my favorite songs. And then there is track 8, Where's the Fun in Forever. So Where's the Fun in Forever, I'm not saying that's a bad song. Alicia Keys is definitely featured in there. I do enjoy that song. It's not too bad. There's track 9, Arch and Point. Now, Arch and Point, I like that song too. I do. And then track 10, you know, just for guidelines, Pussy is mine, okay? Good song. You know, it's a ballad. Track 11, Candles in the Sun. Now, you know, I've been meaning to talk about this particular song among other songs that I do want to point out sometimes, that I don't always get to point out, but somehow get to point out anyway, which I'm grateful for. Yeah, Candles in the Sun, it's very much, he wrote that song too. It's mellow, but it's more or less just kind of like a, like you guys will hear it. It talks about a lot. It's like it's a conscious song, but you would think it's more of a song like, you know, he's being affectionate, but no, it's a conscious song. Track 12, Adorn Remix featuring Wiz Khalifa, which was the bonus track on iTunes. Track 12, as far as the UK bonus track, was Gravity. And track 13, All, and then track 14, which is a Dorn remix featuring Wiz Khalifa. And then there's the international bonus track, which is track 15 with How Many Drinks remix featuring Kendrick Lamar. Okay. So even back in 2012, yes, Kendrick was definitely doing features and making sure people knew my album was out. Yes, Duckworth. Okay. Um, as far as the year-end chart, so yeah, he debuted at number 3. In the U.S. top R&B hip-hop albums, it was number 1. So, you know, it was really, everyone was enjoying it. And then for the fact that at the year-end, you know, 2012 year-end chart performance, he was at 161 on Billboard 200, as opposed to U.S. top R&B hip-hop albums, he was number 38. Yes, so 38 and 161, like I've said in previous videos, that is not bad. If you are still charting, it's good. You'd be surprised how people now who have released albums recently are trying to make sure that they have their albums still charting, because there's other people that are releasing back to back now. It's not even so much, you know, I'll be back in a few years, but I won't tell you. You know, nowadays it's like, you know, you're gonna have to say something, because there's other people that's gonna, you know, wipe you away. It's that's the business. If you ain't fully seen and if you're not fully doing nothing, you know, that's the business. It don't matter what you do. But when you have your own business, you can do it how you want to. I know that's right. But yes, guys. And then year-end 2013 chart performance. It actually was higher. So, mind you, the year-end for 2012, it was lower because, you know, it was released in the fall. But by the end of 2013, when people got to really buy the album and be like, wait a minute, I like this, it still was charting on Billboard at number 89, so it went higher. And then the U.S. top R&B hip-hop albums, it went 20, so it went higher there too. So people were still purchasing the album even throughout 2013, and they were waiting on the next album after that. And I believe the next album was Wild Heart, which they did not get for another couple years. Okay? Because I believe he took time in 2014 to work on it and then have it nice and great by the summertime. But I thank you guys so much for listening and watching, and I'll be back with more.